Hello. Do you like my hat? I found it. I must have got this when I was like 16. Gee, stop it. Naughty, naughty. Thank you. It even has paws. Look at it, it's adorable. That's another 10 for the hat. Fuck. No more. I appreciate you greatly and thank you, but stop it. Right, hang on. I can hear something I shouldn't be able to hear. Where's the doofer? There's the doofer. Fight the power! I got permabanned from TikTok. What? Why? Why on earth is the permabanning you? Stupid TikTok. Oh, okay. But the boobs that are plastered absolutely everywhere aren't. Or the bums. My laptop's on a bit loud. My socials are a bit spicy. Well, you shouldn't be such a hot fucker, should ya? I was going to say hot mama. 1 minute. I need to turn my laptop down. I did it. Now I need to get back to where I was. Not run the dog over. Haha. Okay. But when they slap your hand, you have to just take it and shut up. TikTok's all about the dumb life. Psh. TikTok's a little bitch. Yeah, I said it. I said it. How dare... Oh! Don't let that take away from what I just said. How dare they ban you? Punch him in the face. Right. Create a session. I'm still on the chat screen. I'm not even on the game screen. So I'm going to swap to the game screen now. How is everybody? I haven't even asked how you all are. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Naughty, naughty. It's the hat. It's given us these, like, views of grandeur or whatever. I don't need to ask how anybody is. I'm in a hat. Oh, you barking at? Oh. How are you all? Oh, this song's a bit sad, isn't it? I'm going to swap over to the game screen. Well, hi there. Okay, so are we ready for some monster hunting? I can't get this bloody seat to be nice. Like, gosh darn it, all I want is to sit comfortably. Oops. Did everything survive? Lost my controller. I got it. Disaster averted. Oh, right. Are we finished fucking everything up? Probably.
The first Wyverians might be able to tell us where Zora Magdaros is.
Nope, definitely not, because now I'm not... Oh, here, I quit. I'm done. I give up. Done. Crippled shit's just... It's just irritating. You know what I mean? All I want to do is sit in a chair. That's so much to ask. Evidently, yes. Yes, it is. Sorry. I started this stream, well, before, obviously, I started, and I was like, right, today we will not waffle absolute shite. That's going well, isn't it? Right. Hi, Blanket. Thank you, G. They don't line up, mind. Like, they don't queue, so we've got to wait until one's finished before it'll allow you to play the other one. Just so you know. Yes, hi, Harold! It's alright, I forget it as well. I'm gonna talk to Bearded Dad about doing it through StreamerBot. I think that's what it's called. So then they'll queue up and we won't have to patiently wait to celebrate the next person. Are you all having a good Friday so far? I hope your weekend is beginning well. She's a real panda, I am. Was I not real before? Now I'm gonna have an existential crisis. Oh dear. Gee, stop it! Hang on, I'm on the wrong account. Oh, we need to pick up the blanket, because the blanket will... it'll show us the way to free stuff. Ready? Here's sniffing. Blanket has found free stuff. Show us the way. Yeah, this not talking bollocks business is just not going to happen, is it? Ooh! We have an ore and a steel egg. Some Welsh dude might still linger. It's some Essex girl that's on his account right now, I'm assuming, when she's on the wrong account. Hi, some Welsh dude from Harold. Just in case you can still hear us, but you can't see the chat. I'm being helpful. Ow. We got an eel.
Don't mind the green and the red on my coats. It's perfectly fine.
Thank you, darling.
I feel like I should level up.
You never did. It's dun
I
dun
just
dun
don't
dun.
know
Hunt two, hunt two.
if I should level up.
Okay.
I mean, I could fight the boss and then just...
He never did level up. Forever a low level. But kicking the shit out of everything, I'm sure. Of that I have no doubt. Ooh. So I think when it's those things, like where it's got the little fishy, weird symbol next to it. So I tied my hair up, right? Like in pigtails, because I'm a big girl. To try and keep it off the back of my neck, because I've been getting overstimulated a lot with sensory issues. And it didn't work, because now I can feel where the fucking pigtails are. And it's like... Urgh. Anyway, I know. Cry me a fucking river, panda. Oh, I forgot to turn that back up. So, G, how long do you think it'll take for your new capture card to get here? It was... No. Graphics card or capture card? I think it was a graphics card, sorry. We miss your streams. And you didn't give yourself a shouty. Oh, yeah. You're slacking.
I have retrieved the spike. Taken down.
No scope, yes, but sweet.
Clip it!
This can not be clever.
Well done. Hi, Essex. How are you?
Oh, it's you.
Oh, right, collect. All. Yes.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
Hit those and let us see you wiggle wiggle. For sure. Oh, they only just got... Oh, yeah, didn't do it. Good. I'm glad you're doing well, my dear. I'm doing so much better now you're here. Why aren't the alerts working? That's naughty. We'll refresh that. We'll refresh that. I've only just realised that it didn't give you the bitty dance when you drop bitties. Ew. Disgusting. That's just me being a shite streamer. I apologise, my dear. I apologise. I can't do much else. Sorry. Okay. So I went round. Girl, I'll leave my husband if you carry on. I just call it how it is, okay? I offer lessons for some Welsh dude husbands if they wish to get some swag. That made me cringe. Yeah. Not sorry though. Right. I went on an expedition last night. I didn't do anything that is any further ahead in any of the quests, any of the stories, anything like that, but I did top us up with some shit. So I can make some shit. Thank you. Why aren't my alerts working? Unacceptable. I appreciate you. I'm gonna fix this alert problem though, because that's unacceptable. I may drop frames for a little minute. And while we fix it. Because, why? That's not coming through at all. Oh no! Oh. Okay, it came through. I sort of broke it, then fixed it? Maybe? I wonder if I've just got too much strain on my internet. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. If that's the case. Ooh, let's just fix this. Dude. Right. Hopefully, this works. I've got a feeling something's gone funky with my internet, you know, because everything just like goes a bit slow at times. Very annoying. Anywho, as I was saying, I've got, so I can make some stuff. Ooh, what's this one? Woohoo! Trank bombs. Yes, we need trank bombs. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is your head?
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle.
Oh, there you go. Now,
Sure.
now they're gonna come through. Oh, I just realised you spent more. Naughty G. Damn you using that opportunity to sneak past. Actually, not hot at all. But I've got like no sleeves on. You can't take it. I've got no sleeves on, so I find ways to regulate my body temperature. But guess what else though? It's got hands, so I can be all like, ooh, ooh. I know. I should be shot. Sneaky G. It is. I'm pretty sure I've had this since I was a teenager. I did have another one that was just because this one's like the long scarfy one. I had one that was just the little short ones, like Papa Bear does. Thank you, Mr. Maxwell. Thank you very much. And it had the little balls on the end, so you could hoop them through. But mine only had one ball, so I called it Adolf. Just gonna leave that there. Dolph for short. Right. Trunk bombs. Check. Up. What do you think you're doing? Yeah. I don't think this one has a name. Right. Need a couple of them. Oh, got a couple. We'll just make 3 more. Make it a nice number. That's what I wanted. I might need to turn that one up. There is one on the other sound bit option, like the bits bit, but it's free. And that might be more successful. I'll turn my volumes up though. Hang on. What on earth is going on? I so knew and had to click it. Yeah, I thought that one would come through louder. I will try and tweak it.
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle.
We're playing catch up. We're playing catch up. Okay. Fabulous. Love that. Love that. So if I quickly... I should be able to do it quickly now. Sorry, I know this is not playing the game at all, is it? I'll go back onto this one because I feel bad. Sorry. I'm a pain, I know. But yous are so nice and you tolerate me so much. Right, now where's that new one? Right, so there's that. I know this is dead interesting. I'm really sorry. I should have done this earlier. I didn't realise it was going to be such a pain. My message just failed to send. I think something's going on with my internet, which is irritating. But I think that's what's occurring right now.
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you
Yep,
wiggle
something's
wiggle.
definitely going wrong here. That might have fixed the thing. We'll short find out if I either do or don't absolutely jump out of my skin. Do you think I need to restart stream? Do you think that might be what the problem is? Why is it misbehaving so? Is it letting you send messages now, or is it saying failed? I'm concerned, I don't know what's going on. Testing 1, 2. Well, there's a message came through. At least. I have no idea what's going on with it. But like G's messages should have came through. And now we're just getting them. It's always grand. It looks good again. Good. I hope. I mean, it's literally a case of let's hope it stays that way. Nope, didn't want that. Jesus. It works. I had a feeling that one would work. I'm gonna regret that so much. So the R one should be louder now, but it's potentially going to be super loud for you guys as well. I'm hoping it's not. I am going to regret that one so much. I can tell already. I lied. What on earth is that? Why does Twitch hate me so? This feels personal at this point. Know what I mean? It's just not my friend. It's just not my friend. Thank you for testing that though. We need some of these. Do we need anything else? Oh, ration. Should that be enough? We shouldn't. We should survive most things now. Hopefully. With any luck, at least. So, what have we got to do? Oh, does anyone want to change weapons before we do what we need to do? So the R doesn't get louder, I'll have to do that through something else. What's the options? Well, weapons-wise, we has... Greatsword, katana, sword and shield, duel, hammer, charge sword, a switch axe, which will switch between a sword and an axe. A gun lance, which is a little bit tricky, not very good with the lances, really not good with that lance, not even mentioning that. Insect glaive, light bow gun, heavy gun, or a bow. We're currently using the dual blades, which are, well, chainsaws, basically. And when we do optional quests, we will get additional, like, items, token kind of things. Hopefully. Katana. Excusez-moi. If you wish to change this in the future, we have the Choose Your Champion redeem. But I'll only be able to switch it when I'm at a camp or when I'm back at base. I can't switch them, like, mid whatever, unless I'm near a campsite. Although that would be... I know. rather sizable. Rather sizable. So let's have a look. We have... What's the next quest we were meant to do? None. Why? Oh, because I need to go on an expedition. Okay, never mind. So I can either do the expedition to continue the storyline, or we've got optionals where you fight individual things. I might just do the optionals off screen for you, you know. Yeah. Having such a good start. And now we're going to have ads in the next minute. I won't initiate a fight, and I will, like, I'll make sure nothing happens. You can't technically pause this game, but I'll put us in a safe spot and we'll be fine. For anyone that gets ads, you will be getting them in about 40 seconds. What did I have for dinner tonight? I had mac and cheese. But not like decent mac and cheese. I had, you know, the proper crappy one where it takes 5 minutes. You just boil the pasta and then put the powdered cheese on. Because I haven't had it since I was a kid. And I spotted it in Aldi when I went shopping before. I was like, oh. Over-processed, really shite food.
Start looking for clues. Let's split up.
How about you?
Don't worry. I'll be careful this time.
Ads will be starting in a second, just so you're aware. Anyone that gets ads. Have us some food. Not quite like the pasta and sauce stuff, no. It's I used to get a brand called Kraft, but that's not what it was. You literally get the packet of pasta, which is like really little macaroni pieces. So boiling water, they cook within 5 minutes. Empty the water out, and then you get a sachet, sort of like, oh well, just a powder sachet, and it's just full of fake cheese powder. And you leave a little bit of water in from draining the pasta off, mix it together, and it makes this like creamy, cheesy shit mac and cheese. It's brilliant. It literally takes about 7 minutes in total to make. Ads have begun. Okay. Have I never seen this stuff before? Pass. I'm probably going to end up getting some more because I let Amy try something tonight and she was just like, this is terrible, I love it. I know. So I'll take a picture and I'll be like, look, it's terrible, you must have some. Right, you go there. You go there. But it's like so bad. It's great. What are you, jerky? Okay, you can go there. And we are good to go. Equip the net. I used to eat it all the time as a kid. Absolutely loved it. It's probably not even cheese. Nope, don't need that. Hang on, we'll keep going down here because it looks like there's a special thing. Whee! I'm gonna go hunting tomorrow when I go shopping. It's really good. I think it's literally, the box I saw is literally a red box and it's just called cheesy pasta. Huh? It was in the same place that the pasta and sauce things and the noodles and whatnot are. But it's just red box. Cheesy pasta written on it. Looks like something out in the 90s. Tastes like something out in the 90s. Fabulous. Ooh, doodles. Doodles are good. I don't know how you scrape a picture off a wall, but fair. So in the quests that say hunt for mushrooms and stuff like that, this is what we would be hunting. You get 3 per mushroom colony thing. Huh? And normally it unlocks new recipes for you. With the Meowscular chef. Whee! Itchy neck. Ready. Hiya! Dead fish. Welcome back from the ads, anybody that had ads. You stuck around, I appreciate you. If you didn't, I get it. I hate ads. I know I say that every time, but every time I fucking mean it, okay? All I can see is the nose on this hat. Like, channeling my inner Papa Bear. Ah. You can do it. Herb. And then we climb. Find a first wild variant. I can't remember where they are, to be honest. They're kind of just dot about all over the place. Wedge beetle. Do you think it'll tell us where one is? I don't think it tells us where one is. Small monsters, endemic life. I don't know if they count as that. Traps and environmental. Well, there's a Palicos. Poison cups. Nope, doesn't tell you where they are. Okay. So we're just going to have to explore and find. Explore and find. Hey, some Essex girl! That's how I heard it in my head. In Harold's voice. And it was great. Funnily enough, I was talking to my mum about you today, Harold. I was saying how, like, such a lovely person. Nope, too far. All good things, all good things. Huh? I thank you greatly. You are welcome. And I thank you greatly. For being such a fucking nice person. It's very refreshing. Spiderweb. I say that like not everybody that I've spoken to so far through this community is a nice person. They have been. But you know. We got a bat. Ooh. I try. Political season, so it takes a lot of extra work not to be mad. Oh, I can imagine. Implement a lot of tools and things in my life to focus and stay positive. Yeah, I can imagine. Not even my country, don't even understand your politics, but my TikTok feed has been full of things that have been making me go, that can't be real. Like, this has got to be someone just trying to scare people or something, because, like, no, people wouldn't do that. Ooh. Ooh, there's a footprint there. Right, where'd that marker go? Gone. They seem to be underground. So, see if it pops back up. Oh, hello. See? Beautiful human. Everybody knows it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really follow politics in this country, let alone any others, which is terrible, I know, but we're not primarily taught it in our poor people's schools. But it is a bit intense, like, all the stuff that you're hearing. We have a friend! Yay! So that's what that was. Wasn't what I thought. Now, if I was a first Wyverian, where would I be? Ooh, hang on. I think I might know where one is. I've just... More friends! Exactly. More friends. You have a very mini army. Fuck yeah. But you know, even a mini one can be handy. Need cobweb, need cobweb. Yes, they're all just so nice, man. Right, not here. Might be this way. So what we're looking for is like a little, they look like a little shaman looking person. Normally they're up a height a little bit. They'll have one of those little green indicators above their heads. And they just stand there and occasionally offer you things after you've found them. Literally. Footprints. Ah, right now. Really? Really? That was a bit dramatic. Let's not do that. Come on now. We are not worthy! Sorry. Wayne's World popped straight into my head. Haha! We're following the footprints. Oh, they're old scales. They're not footprints. Old scales. Look, it's a piggy! Sorry, but we have to relieve the piggy of its mortal Are you going to face the right direction? Jesus! You're making me look stupid in front of my friends. Oh, you're awkward. Thank you. Fuck's sake. Even the pig was like, you okay? Do you need assistance? Anyway. Bloody hell. Ooh. Oh. Footprints. You missed a bit. Well, tough. I'm saving it for later. Should have thought that first, shouldn't I? Yeah. Damn it. How are you, Sirius? How you doing? Hello, Bella. You can't get up. Nope. Down, please. You can go up here. Up there. No? Can you see her? Well, can you see the black smudge? That is the Bella. That is the Bella. Say hello. No, you're not going to say hello? Oh, don't fall. God, that's dramatic. It's a Sirius! It is! Saving it for Ron, of course. Right, can you get down now? No, that's getting on my chair. You're not getting on my chair. Bella, please get down. Thank you. Oh, don't be dramatic. You're fine. I'm doing all right. Had a bit of a headache today. Was it because of all my weird ADHD waffling last night? Tommy.
Looks like we both arrived at the same place.
If it makes you feel better, give myself a headache too. Did we get the footprints? Yes. Oh, there was a flower thing. I didn't see the flower thing.
Huh?
Oh yeah, totally like it wasn't both of us. Fair. Fair. I think I went on a few more tangents than you did though. At least your tangents might have made sense.
Nothing can stop us.
Some of mine, when I finished them, I was like, how did that link there?
Whoa.
But I'm sorry you have a bit of a headache. Have you taken anything for it? Maybe it's menthol, like that forehead stuff. I love that forehead stuff. It's fucking wonderful. I don't think any of them made it also fair. Bella, stop it. Pin the bum.
The trail seems to stop here.
I mean, I feel like that is a sign to leave. Like, oh look, all of the wildlife is running away.
A Rathalos!
Maybe we should too. Or explode. Exploding works. Hey, nay! Ah! Pretty though. Don't be fooled by that dodging. I will not be doing that. I think it needs a hug. Me too. Let's go hug it with the katana. See? There. Old weird thing that stands up a height and just kind of like... and then gives you something.
Found you.
You wish to know where you may find the dragon with a mountain of fire upon its back. I possess that knowledge. But you are not yet worthy, bitch. Only one who stands at the top of the food chain. Only once you have conquered the fire wyvern. Sorry. No, that translation was she opened the sitting room door. So I went to push it closed and I didn't see that one of our bones is next to the door, so it gently tapped the door. And of course that means someone's trying to break into the house and we need to be alerted immediately because we're all in danger. And she's an arsehole. Notice she's now fine. Prick. Anyway. Ah, yes, defending you. Well, letting me know I need to defend myself. Defending me, not so sure on that one. Bella's more of the, you get it, kind of creature. The cats, however, they'll fuck everything up. It's great. Only once you've conquered the fire wyvern and the horned wyvern that have descended upon the forest and the waste, only then will you be worthy. Great.
Top of the food chain? Fire and horned wyverns?
So we got
I
to
guess
go
we're supposed to hunt those
bash.
two monsters. It must be referring to Rathalos and Diablos.
Yeah.
Want to return to base and prep?
No. Huh? I'll cry. No, fine. Right, do we still want to use this weapon? If you wish me to change weapon, now is the time. In fact, have I opened the camp up here? I don't think I have. Now is still the time. Oh. Thank you. I think you should use the Kinsect glaive. Well, if you would like me to use it. I was painting my daughter's. You don't have to be sorry at all. I should have done it. If you would like that, choose your champion in the redeems, my dear.
I think
And we shall do
build
it.
the camp here. Let's ask the head honchos.
I will travel to this one. And switch it over. It's kind of a bit chilly. I'm gonna get big fluffy hat and I feel like it's getting a bit chilly. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh, I have a blanket behind me. I mean, if I was mean, I'd choose bagpipes. If you were mean, you would choose bagpipes, but I would refund your points and not use it. And I'd be like, no. Haha. Nearly. Yeah. Foiled by a blanket. Let's go. Right, camp. Are we swapping weapons? I can't remember how to use insect. Insect? Insect. Oh, the lance. Well, we did the lance last night and I am... Oh. Exactly. Oh. See, even the cat knows. Don't do that. Ow. Actually, if we are going to switch weapon, I will go back to the main area because I may have to build a better one. Where you at? I have a wire stuck under the blanket because I'm a divvy. Right. Okie dokie. Do, 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 do. I'll be right back. Okay. I'll be here.
Okay, partner. I've set up quests for the Fire Wyvern and the Horned Wyvern.
We're gonna sell the bagpipes. Don't tell anyone. He didn't say nothing. Pointless armor, so we might as well just get some money for it and then we can make new things. I'm gonna tell the Scottish. But, shh, don't tell him. It was a mercy killing. That one? That one. What one's that? Oh! I know I'm a nightmare. So that one we weren't, well, I say we. I wasn't very good with. Ah. I could hear that. I have wireless headphones. You heard nothing. You have no proof. I'll deny everything. Right, so what one did you say again? Glaive. Forge, weapon, insect glaive, defender. Ooh, that would be pretty. Just do a defender one for now, though. And we should probably spruce up wabogs. Now, these are the insects that accompany the insect glaive. So let's have a look. The two that we currently have, we can upgrade. Right, so we have the option of going with poison paralysis, or healing. Which means when they release a dust, when I remember how to use that, the dust they release can be used to heal us, to paralyze, or to poison enemies. And the healer one pretty. Do we have a preference at all? Anyone? Personally, I tend to at least have one that's healing because it's me. I end up having one of each, to be honest. You can't use all of them, you can only use one at a time. And you can give them elements as well. So say we've got this one that does healing, we could give it the element of fire. So when you shoot it, it could shoot fire, basically. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Consider what you are fighting. Which is why I'm going towards healing. Because, I mean, paralysis would be handy as well. Ooh, and this one has... Oh, they all have Sever. Okay. So because of what we're about to fight, I would go healing or paralysis, because making that thing paralyzed would be very helpful. But the Rathalos poisons me, so healing would be very helpful. Should we go paralysis? Do you think? Give it a try? Because I'm pretty sure we don't get paralysis off its dust. We do have the option... Ooh, we do have the other bug, which you have, again, healing, or paralysis, or poison, but they're blunt attacks. Only poisons you if you get hit by its tail. Is it not the claws for the Rathalos and the tail for the other one? Look at how pretty they are, though. I don't even like bugs. I know one's claws and one's tail. I think the Rathian, so the green one, if you chop its tail off, you're fine. It won't poison you. The Rathalos, I think, has poison claws. But Sever's handy because it'll help us remove the tail quicker, hopefully. I'm going to go paralysis. Ooh, we can, oh, nearly. So we'll leave that one for now. Oh, there you go, see, elements. Blunt versus Diablo, Sever versus Rathalos. Yep. Agreed completely. So we can give it the element of thunder, ice, or fire. Now, considering we're going against dragons, I think fire is a bit daft. Personally. Thunder and paralysis could be handy. Ice could just be handy in general. What do we think? Would we like an icy spicy? Or a... I can only think thunder. Ooh, Jesus. Well done. I can only think thunder dunder. That's going to be even better when I figure out how to turn it up. I'll absolutely cake me duds. Thunder versus Wrath. Thunder it is. So we now have a paralyzing, sparky friend. Not that I can remember how to use it. Are we ready? Aye, aye, Captain. Rathalos. Camp number 1. We might as well use a voucher. Why not? Definitely not as jumpy as the boys. Well, I went and got it because I had to go out today, so I quickly put it on because I said I'd have one on. and I didn't test how loud it was going to be. And to increase the volume, I'm going to have to quickly go... I mean, I could technically do it now. Bite and tail poison. Ah. Why did I think it was a claws? I knew it was more than just the tail. At least there's that. I've just totally sidetracked, sorry. Woo. And yawned. Oh yeah, I had to go out. So I just quickly set it up and I didn't test how loud it was. I will turn it up though. I could potentially do it now. Like while I'm waiting for everything to work. Yahoo! Congratulations. Oh, it says volume max. I'll have to find a louder one, won't I? We'll tell the boys they're wimps. I'll just be like, oh yeah, I've just got accustomed to it. I did warn you. I couldn't think of the fucking words of custom or anything, so that was just Anyway. Ooh. Nope. Oh. Grab some flash bugs. Oh, yeah. No, I've got the flash bugs. I remember the flash bugs. There we are. That needs to go in there. Thunderbug. Oh, needed that. I'll get that back out. 2 flash bugs to go alongside the flashes I already have. Nulberry. Yep. Where have you gone? There you are. What is this inventory arrangement? What's the matter with my inventory arrangement? Is it triggering you? Are you triggered? This inventory arrangement makes sense to me. This bit doesn't, but I didn't want to go too overboard. Because, like, you know, people don't come here to see my spicy brain business. Not like this, anyway. I don't care that much, but shut up, Dan. God damn you. Right. Let's go. Mine. Huh? Ow. Make me. Ow. Just you wait. I love the spice. Yeah, you do. And the spice loves you. Oh, I'm gonna pull my headset out now. Great. Anyway, moving on. Wrapping myself up in a blanket. I like how the more comfortable I get with streaming and like with you guys. When I first started it with the makeup has to be perfect and this has to be fine and that has to be fine, and now I'm sitting here in a panda hat, like wrapped up in a blanket. Totally cool. Totally chill. Don't even care. Let's go. Waiting. Good. You do that. Do it quietly. No. quiet. Oh, don't want an Anjanath, but I'll take the footprint. Tra-la-la-la. Oh, hang on. What's the
The
buttons?
insect glaive is a close-range weapon that lets you control kinsects.
Yes, it does. So, we have... slash slash.
You can switch to your slinger while aiming your weapon.
Shoot. That's shoot the insect, isn't it? Nope. Come back here while I shoot you. God damn it. Harvest extract. Ah, there you go. Charge. Recall. Oh, I must have just... Okay. And then fire. Right. I'll get there eventually. Exactly how you are. Oh, funk. It'll wear off, don't worry. Oh, great, you guys. This way. Any idea on when you may get back into the streamish? I've seen your new emotes. They're adorable as fuck. I'm sure I ask you this every time. I'm just excited. Yeah, buddy. It's not really a buddy. Ah. Sparky Weasel. Don't want to be messing with no Sparky Weasel right now. We are here for the dragon. Yoink. Yoink. Because I'm probably going to need as much of that as I can get. I'm about to be poisoned. Quite a bit. Oh, flower thing. Sorry, spotted it. Got to do it now. I want to ASAP. But there's so much to learn. And do. So that's interactive and fun. No, I get what you... Yeah. Get what you mean. Uh-oh. I'm having such a good time right now. Start the stream, I'm like, I'm gonna try and not waffle bollocks. Proceeds to waffle absolute trash. For like... Well, from the start. Hasn't stopped really, has it? Ooh. Squirrel! I will eventually finish a sentence. Maybe. Drop the controller. Whoop, hello. Drop my mouse. Did that thing just fucking say hello? I know I said hello, but I didn't expect it to say hello. Did you hear that? I heard that. Excuse me. Whoop. I'm just sneak right past you. And then I just sneak right past it. Where are these Rathian tracks for the love of all that's on? Hi, Key. How are you? I appreciate the look. Thank you very much. I used to stream straight from my PlayStation 4, so doing it on Daz's PC gives me so much more to learn. I mean, yeah, it does. If there's anything that's ever a little bit tricky, and obviously I'm sure Daz will know a fair bit, I tend to just go straight into the tech check bit in my Discord and just check, guys. How do I do this? Chances are Bearded Dad has a YouTube video on it. I think we might need to go up. Where's this map? We need to go up. So let's go up. Go away. No. I'll be pestering everyone. Do it. I do. It's fun. I'm like, hey, you guys. Why does this not work? I don't think I can go up that bit, can I? No. Wait, shot. Yeah, what you gonna do now, bitch? I mean, I know I said I need to go up, but I thought there'd actually be somewhere to go. I was wrong. We will continue going this way and then go up. Don't bother. Every time. No, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the footprint. I mean, you can keep it simple. Just remember, the more you add, the more can go wrong. There is that. There is that. It's a risky business. Go out the front door. I don't know why that popped into my head either. Right, how all I want is some dragon footprint. All I want. Ooh, idea. Flower bed. Ancient Forest Camp. Well, that's kind of in the direction I need to go. So, put a pin on it. Because we're not getting any bloody footprints around here, are we? Just have a quick peek, because sometimes it lands here. Nope. Okie dokie. Let's go. Knowing my luck, everything would. To be fair, right? Is it a proper stream if something doesn't completely fuck up? Just saying. Just saying. I'd be nervous if something didn't go wrong on my stream, to be honest. You're fine. Little flash bug. Just in case. Right. Come on. Nope, not fighting. Nope, nope, nope. No. I refuse. I'm on a mission. Build character. Exactly. Excuse me. Ooh. Right, so this is where the camp's potentially going to be. Is it? Maybe not. No. Ah, right. This is potentially where the camp's going to be.
I Camp
Right.
here would make our lives so much easier.
So
Let's finish up so they can get to it.
shut up. Quiet you. And if there's no footprints here, they're full of shit. Because this is its bloody nest. Thank you. I would have to declare the bullshit at this point. She speaks the bullshit. Get up. It said that there were scratches somewhere. Where's the scratches? Scales. Don't need the egg. Ah, scratches. Well, gashes. Make your mind up, which way am I going? Wonder if it's coming here. So what she have for breakfast there? Wee! Wee! Where else is it taking us? Oh, it changed mine.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle. Push up. That's for the butt.
That's for the butt.
Fair. I can't even be like, no! Fair. Right. Yeah! Where is it? Scales? Where are the scales? Where on... Follow the flies to where it is. First I need to go down. Now I need to go back up. I don't even think it knows where it is. It's just like it's somewhere. I know it flies all over the place and that's what makes it really fun to hunt. Also why we have the flash pods. In your face. No, I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. Thank you. Run, faster! No, why'd you do that? Oh. Thank you. I'm like, why'd you put your weapon away? Because a mosquito paralyzed me. Now, how do I jump with it again? Ah. Oh no, poisoned. Where are my flash pods? There they are. Woo! Get down. Oh. Oh, balls. possible. Very possible. Oh, yeah, bud. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be very happy if someone just started hitting me with a giant toothpick. Ooh, bye. Skill. Oops. Oh, I am poisoned. I am poisoned. Just gonna have one of them. Now. Oh, I thought that was its tail there. I was like, get in. It's not.
You are watching a master at work.
Well, it's debatable. No, don't fly. I'm coming down. You rotten bugger. Hello, fishy. Ooh, I hear it. I hear it. Yeah. Oh, no. Ah! That went well. Yeah! Nope, that went also very well. Will you fucking stay still? Jesus! You're being very rude. You're being very, very rude. Pissing me off. Yeah, not nice, is it? Not nice. Now I'm on fire and poisoned. Thank you. Jesus. Oh! I'm on it. I'm off it. Yeah, not nice, is it, motherfucker? Yeah, we got the tail! Bitch! Oh, on it again. Whoop. I'm doing it. Nope. Nope. Haha, stole your tail. Oh, deserve that, deserve that. Yeah, fair, fair. Neat shot on this thing. Hey! Right, where's our tail? Oh, there it is. We got the tail. Right. Got some of that. Need to sharpen. I'll get the hang of it. Maybe. Wait, where are we going? That way. My bad. Meow. You make more flash pods. You go away. Not interested in you. I didn't want that. That went well. Get down. Oh, yep, deserved that. Really? You deserved that. Yes, you did. Oh no, I'm on fire. I'm dazed. Why did you move, bitch? Aha! Oh dear. Nice static weasel. You just mind your own business. When to put, yep, now there's two. I'm just greedy, evidently. Gotta have them all, gotta have them all. Oh! And I'm on fire, and I'm poisoned. Oh, alright, behave yourself. Good gosh. See, I'm not using the bug properly, which is a problem. Oh! That happened. Excuse me. Would you like to join me? That'd be great. Thanks. Because it's like charged, right? So it's charged. But how do I use it? Will you please stop trying to set me on fire for like 2 seconds? Really? Well, I've clearly used something because number 1 was lit and now number 1's not lit. Right. Go! Meow. Really? Really? Oh. That didn't work. That did. Bollocks. Bloody thing go away. I'm trying to have a fight here. It's not going to help us. Fuck off. Oh, I befriended a new tail raider. Nice. Oh, really? Oh no, my weapon is going blunt. What's occurring? Ow. Oh, we have an ad starting in 30 seconds, just so you know. And I can't really pause. Ooh, ooh, we can try and trap it next time though. Ooh. Right, ad will be starting in about 15 seconds, just so you're aware. We've been up for an hour and a half already, jeez. Oh. This way, this way. Come on. Right, so we're gonna use Shock One first. Oh, Pitfall first. And then Trank Bombs. And hopefully we will catch us a dragon. I feel kind of bad doing it when people are now in an advert, but if I hold off, then it will regain health from resting, if I remember correctly. And that's just not a fucking option right now, okay? Right, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna go like this. And then we're gonna do this. Yay, we did it! Woo!
Next up, Diablos.
You only get 20 seconds once you've captured it though, so like, yeet! Run! Sirius will be happy. I did not kill, I captured. Victory T-shirt. Woohoo! And we used a voucher, so we get double bonus. Fuck yeah, we do. Oh, we nearly went up. Nearly went up. Your Palico can now use Vigor Wasp Delivery. It couldn't before. What was it doing before? It was doing something before. Just saying. Neat. It's a shame I can't make that. I know I'm going on about things that I need to do after stream and not during stream. I will find
Next up,
a louder
Diablos.
sound. So it proper makes me jump. Right, next up, Diablos. After we have put away all of our goodies. Right, that needs doing, that needs doing. You go away. So you, and you. Look at Blanket, isn't it adorable? I haven't noticed any quests yet that we can go on that will words are hard. Give us new outfits with Blanket. Jesus crikey Moses, that's all I wanted to say, you know. Right, anyway. We need one of those. Diablo. Diablo doesn't poison as far as I'm aware. If I remember correctly. Do. Immunizer and Kelby horns. Have I not got any Kelby horns? I thought I had Kelby horns. I don't know my fruit. Right. 3 will do. That should be everything. Yes. Potion. Oh. No. Flashbug. Down there. Earplugs for Diablos, and it's weak to ice. So if we're sticking with this weapon, I'll go turn the other insect into ice. I don't think I've got anything with earplugs. That's the thing. See if I can make something. Change your weapon if you want. If anyone wants us to change the weapon, I will. Just choose your champion. Otherwise, I'll just stick with what we've got. See if I can manage. Right, hang on. Charms. Do I have anything that would give earplugs? No. Do I have any armor that has earplugs? Hang on. Oh! This is what the Rathalos armor will look like. Fancy. Right, so... Oh, wow. Okay. So that gives you a lot of critical stuff. one thing that'll say earplugs. One. Oh, right. Earplugs. On what? But it does give us earplugs. Ooh! Look at that one! That's pretty. Right, so high metal gives earplugs. Is there anything else? Hello! Thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. How you doing? The flutterfly. It is a flutterfly. And it's an adorable flutterfly. Wait until you see the Palico one. Oh my goodness. Nope, so that's the only thing that gives earplugs. I'm tired. Oh god. Oh, okay. Right, so we can make the rest of the Disco Stew outfit. I'll show you these first. Rathalos. Kind of adorable. Yes, kind of adorable. Ladybug. Is that not the cutest thing? Why was Skull Bunny cute as fuck? Because it is cute as fuck. It's a kitty cat, but it's adorable. Look at that one. I love that one. Space Cat. I love it. It's so good. But because of all the additional benefits, we're going Disco Stew. I mean, that's fetching. Oh yeah. Why is it not show? Yeah, show the proper weapon. Can I pet that dog? No, because it's not a dog, it's a cat. Oh, right, Kinsect. This one. Oh, yep. Yep. So, we have poison, paralysis, or heal. Now, it's highest speed for heal. Higher power. Do we have a preference? Heal, paralysis, or poison. Why is it getting stuck everywhere? I'm getting stuck everywhere. This just isn't fair. Paralysis. Ow, ow. Ooh, Wyatt. Alright, paralysis 1, paralysis 2. Oh, paralysis 3. And then it'll branch off to something different. And as for element, we are going ice, baby. Yep, it's there. Change equipment, hunter. This one. Okay. Lovely. Don't like bugs. Blanket. So adorable. I go rest, but love you. Enjoy streams. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. Have a good sleep. I'll read the chat when I'm done. Okay. Time to go and hunt the Diablo. Or Diablos. Whatever you prefer to call it. Just turning my volume up a little bit. Ooh, and drop my mouse on the floor for the love of them. I need to stop dropping things tonight. It's terrible. Oh, what have I just clicked? I clicked something. Quit. Right, we can depart. We'll eat when we're there. Hello. No, you're not getting up here. You can get up here. Go on then. Yes, you can get up there. You're not getting... You can't get up. You can't, man. Right? Everyone can see you. Yeah? Say hello. Nope, you're just gonna fall. Okay, you fall away then. No, you're not getting up. Get down, please. Now. Thank you. Okay. I just dropped my mouse again. Don't want to talk about it. Anyway. Take that, take that. Ah, Screecher. Could help us a little bit. Eat some food. And let's go. I need to go sort the little lady out. No problem. I hope you managed to get her all sorted. And if you do fall asleep, I'll miss you. But thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Right, so we've got this.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
It
folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
That was naughty.
Take my love.
But thank you. I appreciate you, but naughty, naughty. Thank you. Can we call for one of those? Not yet. Okay, fine. Don't want to anyway. Woo! Lizards. Gotcha. My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. Let's see you wiggle wiggle. Oh, show. We don't need any bright moss. Up and away, web. Fly. Oh. Oh, Rathian footprints, of course. Of course, it's Rathian footprints, yeah. You go down there. Stop being a pain in the bum. Fabulous. Ooh. Thanks. Right, then we're going to go up here. Gonna catch that cactuar. Hopefully. Is it there? Oh. This is our first experience of a Diablos on this game. nice doggy. Not nice doggy.
Whoa! Look at the horns on that thing.
Up, went
Holds
that
over,
way.
You're gonna get gored.
Where is it? There it is. I mean, I'll use that. Not what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. And it did nothing, because he wasn't looking. It is Jeff. His name is Jeff. Woohoo! Jeff. Ah! I mean, at least he, you know, he responded. Can't really ask for much more, can I? Or is it Fenton? It's fucking painful, it's what it is. Jesus! Fucking reduce damage where? Whoop! Still got hit. Oh, come on, I totally should have jumped that, you piece of crap. Bounced off the tail. I've bounced off it. Nope. You know what? No. I quit. Woo! Ha-ha! I've never found a way to really dodge that. Ow. That was because I was hitting the wrong button. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yep. Kinda hurt. You awake now? Yeah? Good. Excuse me, I was trying to fucking fly at you there, you bitch. Okay, so that happened. That happened. I'm gonna go down here. Ah! Oop! Oh, stop doing that, will you? I don't like it. Very irritating. Whoops. Nope, that didn't work. Shit. Woo! Nothing to see here. Damn it. Thanks for taking one for the team, Pete. Ah! But you piece of shit. Shit, the last one of my window! Ow. Serve that. Oh no, I'm dazed again! Come on. For God's sake, I'm dazed again. That is one irritating thing, like, you get dazed a lot. Fighting this wonderful, wonderful creature. Dazed and your cat's like, yeah, I ain't helping you. I know. It's like you've got 10 jobs, Palico. 10 jobs. Come on now. I got a horn! Fuck yeah! Uh-oh. I pissed it off. That was sheer dumb luck. Oh, I deserve that. Damn it. No? Got the horn. Calm down. It is 18 plus, huh? Oh no, I thought I was shooting the thing. No. Oh, I'm gonna die! Oh. It's awkward. Shoot him. Did now. Deserve that. No! Sir Peter Bob is knocked out. Oh shit. I'm not far off. Oh, that didn't work. That did. Oh yeah! Oh no! Oh. Uh-oh. Aha! Dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. Or miss. Miss works too. Nope. Come on, come on. Oh shit. Run away! Run away! Hey, excuse me. Oh, bollocks. Let me tell you something! Yeah! Oh, I have no more flashbacks. Where are you going? Can we... Oh, I thought we might be able to ride this valiant steed. Damn. Fine. Didn't want you anyway. I did. Calm Dune. I just realised you said Dune, not down. You take the piss out my accent, like. Reet. Let's fucking gone ho. Sorry, let us depart. Brethren. Did it have to sound like a snotty wipe there? That was... Okay. Pew! I've arrived to say... What? I've arrived to say, hey, late. A wizard is never late. He arrived precisely when he means to. Oh, sorry. Sorry. That's the wrong one. Swish, swish! Swing, swing! Oh, I killed the other horn too! Fuck you. Oh, deserve that. I have a feeling it's a bit mad. Woo! Uh-oh. Let me tell you something. Ooh. That hurt. That has hurt me. It's more than hurt you. I have a lot of pent-up anger after watching the rugby. Oh dear. So it went well then. Jesus. Oh, is it limping? Nope. Is the cactus still there? Yep. Fucking A. Priorities, people. Mine. Oh, I'm coming. Calm yourself down. But it's right there. Like, look. Peekaboo! I'm gonna pay for that. See? Oh, I deserve that. Yeah, you better limp, bitch. Hasn't got a thing. I always called this one El Diablo. I mean, I called it something. Hello. Welcome in. And thank you. I appreciate that. How are you? Ooh. I see it doesn't have a skull on it, so I can't really... Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that greatly. It doesn't have a skull, so I can't trap it yet. Yeet! Woo! Swing, swing! Uh-oh. I regret everything. Like 1 second and I shall read chat properly and give it the attention it deserves. Ooh. Ah, yes, go for Sir Peter Bob. Poor Pete. Getting ready to head out for a game of my own in about an hour. Ooh, nice one. What game would that be, may I ask? Because I am nosy. Come on. Smack it. Ooh, a D&D session. Nice. We have some D&D players in chat, actually. Ooh, Jesus! I mean, oof. Naughty. Woo! You got a skull yet? No, fuck's sake. See? D&D. The beacons are lit. Chat answers. Oh, but it never had a skull. I would have tried to catch it. Not my fault, okay? It's not my fault. May I ask what class you are? And what race, perhaps? Someone else that normally hops in chat is gonna help us with the starter session, because I always wanted to get into D&D, but I never did. And he's gonna help us out with the starter session. And we're gonna try a little thing. And of course, I'm gonna be a druid. Because druid. I will admit the closest I've been to D&D is Baldur's Gate. That will probably pain some people to hear. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Excuse me. I thought I was going to hiccup. Ow. Ook. Ook. Right. Da 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 da. Let us go. Oh, yeah. I thought it was done. I'm playing as a life domain cleric. Ooh! My race is a homebrew. I believe the closest to an official D&D race would be an Aasimar, since my character has wings behind her ears. Wings behind her ears? That's awesome! Take everything Baldur's Gate teaches you and throw it out the window. I know. Still good game though. And it kind of gives people that haven't done D&D a slight experience of what it would be like with the turn-based things and the roll of the dice and stuff. I know it's not the same. Okay? I know. Don't make me get a squirty bottle. I am debating that, getting a squirty bottle, so anytime anyone's fun out, and she'll be like, stop it. Obviously, I won't put liquid in it because, electricals and liquids don't blend well. Apparently. Excuse me? That sounds really cool though. I kinda love the wings behind the ears thing. You have ascended to the apex and proved yourself. Thank you. See this? This right here? Apex predator. Yeah? Anyway. Now you may know the secret to the dragon that carries the mountain of fire on its back. Rolling dice is chaotic, and that's what makes the campaigns fun. Yeah, exactly. The dragon hovers on the brink of death, but the light of life is calling to it, drawing it away from its proper grave. It has wandered into Everstream and lost its way. Now it stands poised to perish there, brimming with fiery life-bringing energy. The Everstream connects every corner of this land like the veins of a beating heart. Should the dragon succumb to death there, its glut of energy will hurtle through those veins, setting them afire and searing the land to ash and scorched earth. Ah, the old burning everyone alive ploy. That's the dragon's secret. That shall be this land's fate. Nature's course cannot be swayed. Wanna bet?
Please, quiet down.
Sorry.
Let's review our current situation. Thanks to the Fifth Fleet's diligent efforts, we've learned a number of things. 1. That Zora Magdaros is heading for the Everstream.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Feel free to chat or just to lurk. Both are A-okay.
2. That upon its death, it'll release the bioenergy it has stored.
Yep.
And 3. That the Everstream is connected to every corner of the new world. So, if Zora dies inside the Everstream, its bioenergy will blast us all to hell.
The situations where you'll roll a nat 20 on an important roll and the whole table jumps up. I love it.
Commander,
I'm expecting to never roll higher than a 4 because it's me. The only thing I'll probably roll 20 on is if I'm like, I'm going to seduce the dragon.
I'll tell my sister to prepare her airship.
You do that.
There's no time. We
Never
don't
mind,
have
don't
any
do
choice
that.
But to take down Zora Magdaros.
What? Blowing ourselves to oblivion is not what we're trying to do.
Might not be what you're trying to do.
Correct. And the whole reason we're here is to study the beast's role in the ecosystem. Not erase it from the ecosystem altogether.
Well, its current job in the ecosystem is to kill everything.
I think I might have an alternative. What if we tried to lure it away from the Everstream somehow?
Lure it away?
Yes, sir. I did a little digging, and the Everstream borders the ocean, right? So if we can lure Zora Magdaros out onto the open water...
We can mitigate the blast. And the bioenergy released would start a whole new ecosystem in the ocean.
Need I remind you, sir, that we're currently short on supplies from our attempt to capture it? And even if we had enough supplies, what kind of weapon could get that thing to change its course?
Massive chunk of cake. Rope. Fishing rod. Done.
Don't worry. I have a plan. A very big plan.
Is that what I think it is?
Oh, now we're talking.
What are boots?
Captain, you sure took your sweet time getting here. But we're happy you made it.
Happy to be here. I brought everything you'll need. Ballista, cannon rounds, and a literal boatload of supplies. Not to mention a little surprise. The guild supplied us with one hell of a ship. She's armed with the latest anti-Elder Dragon weapon, a Dragonator.
Excellent. Just the weapon we need to drive Zora Magdaros out to sea. Hunters, it's time. Complete your preparations with speed and make your way to the Everstream.
Yeah!
I'll explain the details on site. We can do this. May the Sapphire Star light our way. Now, get moving.
Aye.
It's time to see Zora Magdaros off. All of us.
Okay.
New products in stock.
Let's have a look-see. Oh. Ooh, power charm. And armor charm. Just carrying them gives you a bit of a boost, so... That stays on. That stays on. Don't give a shit about that. Sell. Item box. Sell. Okay. If anyone would like me to try a different weapon, we have the redeem. Now would be the time to use it. I don't know why I nearly sounded like Yogi Bear. With the picnic basket. Right, we're not going to need that. I've just bought that. Not going to need that. Pretty sure we won't need that. Nope, because we can't really capture Azora. It's huge. Technically don't need that. Yeah, we pretty much don't need any of that. Okay. Can I boost that? Oh, hang on. I'll show you the Diablos, or Diablos if you prefer, gear. See what? Whoa! If I learn to walk. So, da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Huh. Blanket. Oink, oink, oink. Where is Blanket? For those new, Blanket is our Poogie.
All right.
No. I mean, I will do it, just not right now. Okay, so let's have a look. The armor that you would get from a Diablo is spiky.
I've lost my mouse.
Yep, 1 second, 1 second. Whoop.
Yeah, that was very important, I swear.
This needs to not help. Ow. In any way, shape, or form. Okay. As we were. So yeah, spiky. We technically can make this. And it has good stats. Not as good as what we're currently wearing. Well, I mean, it's got better against dragon. But... Right. Nope. Fire protection would help. Speed sharpening, that would, that would be beneficial. Entomology, vulnerability, stealth, doesn't really matter. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. Botany. Speed eaten? No. Water attack. Thunder resistance, water resistance, fire resistance. Well, no, none of those. So, Palico. Da-da-da-da. You ready? You ready? Pow! It's like a little Viking. So cute. Look at it. It's just adorable. I do Disco Stew though. That does have higher defense. But Disco Stew. Okay, are we happy with what we have? We don't want to swap weapon, nothing like that. Oh, I'll get something to eat while we do our thing. I still love that Meowskilla chef. I love that. And considering the amount of hours I've put into this game and I still love it, it never gets old. Right, speak to the handler. It is time.
Hey, partner. We're on the hunt.
Yes, we are.
Nothing can stop us.
I beg to differ. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's go. Thank you. We are fed, we are watered. Ta-da! Health drinks. Increase your maximum health, drink nutrients, or the max potion squares, which are obtained by crafting. Shelling is unique in that it can deal fixed damage to a monster's parts, regardless of their resistance. That wasn't done. However, it also consumes a large part of the sharpness gauge. Okay. We've got this, guys. We've got this.
All right. Let's go over the operation. The subterranean channel Zora Magdaros is using continue deep underground. We'll have one shot to divert it here when it surfaces. If we let it slip by, it's out of our reach forever. That's why I'm breaking out the big guns.
Oh. That is kind of cool. Gotta admit, that is kind of cool.
This is the Dragonator. We'll use it to drive Zora back and divert it out into the open sea.
Hopefully.
The target will be coming at us full tilt. So your job is to wear it down and try to keep it in check. Be relentless. Are we clear here?
Very good. Yes, sir.
One more thing. Nergigante is bound to show up to try to make a mess of this. If it gets in our way, it's up to you to stop it. This whole operation rides on how well
How the Palicos stand there with a microphone like,
we can
fuck
do
man.
this. Scout ahead. Signal us if you spot any trouble.
There's always one character that just speaks in grunt.
It's coming.
Move out! Use everything at your disposal. I want eyes everywhere. Fight hard and stay smart.
Stay smart.
Hunters, we need to weaken Zora Magdaros enough to capture it. Once you're on its back, give all you got. Destroy the cores to weaken it. Or try dropping some of those stalactites on it.
We've rid the
Okay.
stalactites with gunpowder. Use
can
your
see that.
slinger to blast them loose.
I would.
You can do it!
It won't let me. So no, I can't. It didn't let me aim or nothing. Unless I was doing it wrong. It's always a possibility, isn't it?
Okay, we're on Zora's ship.
Okay.
Destroy the
Can I
magma
reach them
cores to
from
weaken
here?
Zora Magdaros.
The success of the whole operation comes down to how much we manage to weaken the
Okie
target.
dokie, let us go. What are you doing? Going the wrong way, apparently. Okay, fine. Whatever. Can I can't even see where they are to shoot them. We flew in from that way. Right, stop it.
Magma core located.
How did I still get hit? I was ages away. Rude. Conspiracy. Or just miss. You know, that works too. Fine. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying. There's only so much stick swinging I can do. Uh-oh. Woo! Uh-oh. Woo!
All right.
Come on. These calls take like quite a while to kill. Oh, we have an ad starting in 1 minute, just so you know. Woohoo! Hang on, oh no. Ah!
Something's happening to its shell. The flow of magma is changing.
I snoozed it. Right, flow of magma is changing. There's one down here. My headphones are falling off. This is just going so well. Okay. Yeet. Uh-oh. Oh. Nope, not what I meant to do. Yeah, that was, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh! Tremors! I think Zora Magdaros is charging up power!
Keep hitting it until it relents!
That
You
didn't
can't
work.
let Zora discharge its energy!
Oh, stop doing that. Silly. Oh no, I'm gonna get set on fire. It's fine. Worth it. Worth it. Oh.
Watch yourself!
Fire tube. If I want to get set on fire, I will.
Now it's time to restrain it! Hunters, hold your positions! Are the binders ready?
Good to go, old man!
Nope. Yay, we did another one! Right, put that away, pick that up.
Fire!
While I can.
Target restrained! Zora Magdaros has stopped moving!
Run, 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 run.
What? Wait! Stand at the ready!
Woo!
Nergigante is upon us! Of course it is! Hunters!
The time of war is
prepare to
upon
intercept.
us.
Nergigante! Up there on the shell!
Go!
Use whatever you can.
All the way to the other side, of course it is. Because why would it be here, near us, where it would be helpful? Gosh darn it. Priorities. I'm going. Slight detour, that's all.
Zora's broken loose!
Ah.
That's all right. Hunters, stay focused. We have to drive out Nergigante.
Ah, of course it did. I knew it was gonna happen. Ooh.
Zora Magdaros is changing position! It's trying to get up!
I mean, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Don't let it shake you off.
Is he gone? Oh. Oh. Oh.
Zora Magdaros is starting to rear up!
Hunters,
Yes, I can see that.
to you to drive off Nergigante. Go!
Priorities! Yeah! was worth it. Ooh, not worth it. You fuck off. You're a mean lady. Ah, take that, bitch. Christ almighty. Oh, hello! 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Ah! Hello, everybody. 1 minute. I'll be right with you when I die. Because that's what looks like it's about to happen. How you doing? How was stream? Really? Really? Just as I was about to go and do a maneuver? My word. Good, good, because I'm getting whooped. Good for a late day stream. Good. I am glad. I can't pause the game, so I will do the howdy everybody thing as soon as I've not died, maybe. But welcome in, Raiders. I am Panda Pop. Oh, I am getting my butt set on fire. We normally play RPG. Really, I just started climbing. We normally play RPGs. Technically, I know this is an RPG, but we're currently really into this game. Really into Monster Hunter. Where's the piece that I need? It's up there, isn't it? It's up there.
All right, prepare to intercept in the barrier.
Oh, goodness. Has anyone played Monster Hunter? Do we have any fans of Monster Hunter?
Magma destroyed.
My goodness. I am glad the rest of your stream went well though. If anyone does need to do any after stream things, by all means, totally understand. Make sure you're fed and watered and all that jazz. Ready? Whee! Ah! I'm a fan of you playing it. Why, thank you. Oh. So we're gonna get set on fire a lot. I really should have worn the heal one. Right, let's go. I do try my best. As it will say in the About Me part, I don't know if you can see it initially here, we're not about good gameplay. That's not necessarily something we do here. But we do have fun. So there is that. Come on. You can do it. Ooh. Oh. Well, do you know I can dodge lava? Pew pew. It is a shame you can't pause this game. It'd be very handy. Come on, got this.
Attention field team! We're entering the final skirmish! Hunters, I don't care what it takes! You have got to wear down Zora Magdaros as
I'm doing it, I'm doing it! Stop shouting at me!
No more second chances!
Uh-oh. Oh!
The barrier! All is lost!
It's a bit spicy. Oh, well, it's lost then, because we're traveling now. Okay, so...
Over here!
I'm already here. Stop shouting at us.
Hold nothing back.
Pew pew.
Okay.
Right. Oh, we're getting 20s up there. Okay. Oh my, yeah, it's quite a sizable little beastie, isn't it? Oh, looks like Sir Peter Bob has filled the cannon. Because, of course, I'm the only person that can possibly shoot the cannon. Run! Run faster! Is everybody having a good Friday? Who on earth are you shooting over there? hang on, just snoozing the ad. Sorry. Right, push once more. And pew pew. Next time I use that cannon, he's going to be a bit closer. Run. Right, that's no good. 15s, 13s. Nope. Right, run. Grab this. And grab these. Run. Ooh! Excuse you. Bloody rude. Take that. Have some. And one of those. Yeah, get him, Pete.
All right.
Head was 20. Yeah, I think I'll aim for that again. Right, hang on, because, excuse me. Nope, 1. 13. Better than 1. Right, get out of here. Run! I love the way you waddle when you're carrying it. Well, you're rude. When you're carrying a cannonball, that was meant to be. And say, buddy, how are you? You don't have all day. Have you seen this thing? Have you seen it? Right, does anyone else have a cannon full? Nope, not that one. Oh, they do. Run.
Give it everything you've got.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Go! Pew pew. They're not refilled yet. That's broken. It's a bit of a pain how it takes so long to fill, but a couple of shots. Run over to this.
Emergency.
Run over to this side. Come on, you can do it. Grab them. I'm coming. Shoot. I know he's not. I'm working on it. I'm only one person. Haha. Well, what do you get in the way for, you silly bird? Oh, that's... Oh, crikey. I love how they seem to think you're going to be able to take on that thing. But yeah, no problem. Ready, go. It's a bit stupid they can't shoot the cannons when they're filled. Just saying. Right, need to get to this. What are you... Right, done now? Right, nope, that's not working. Go to another one and do it. Shoot! I mean, that was doing some damage, so was that. Everybody's doing okay. I know I'm not being the most interactive. I apologize. I'm trying to, like, not die. I need to pick up. Oh, yep. Spotted some. Right, we do have an ad in 1 minute and I can't pause it this time, so Just so you know. Give it everything you've got. Okay. I've got to run to somewhere I can shoot it from, though.
All right.
Smash the big lizard. I do my bestest. Yeah. Did every single one of them missed? That's bad. Naughty, naughty. Why would it set itself up like that? That's just silly. They hit.
Zora Magdaros still isn't weak enough.
That's not my fault. You made it so I'm the only person that can shoot a cannon. Only person that can shoot the cannon.
Magdaros is charging up energy. Oh no.
Really? What you stop it. Oh dear. Fancy making us a little gold buff as well.
There's some way to stop that attack.
Possibly. To be fair, I don't know how they think that this barrier, just a wooden barrier, is going to protect, like, from that. Look at it. No.
All right.
The only place I can use this, all the way over there.
Give it everything you've got.
I'm getting there. Oh wait, nope, don't want to do that. Stop it. Because when I pin the thing down.
This is it. The chance we've been waiting for.
All right, this is the last phase. Where's my Dragonator?
Ready when you are.
Good.
I know, but then my singular cannon with 5 cannonballs even isn't quite. It doesn't do as much damage as running back and forth, and the cannonballs around the cannons I would have been using would have ran out. I think that the first time I played through this, I didn't move. I didn't realise you could shoot other cannons, anything like that. I just had my cannon and my big arrow shooting thing. I can't think of what it's called again. The ballista thing.
We did it!
Yes.
Yay!
Nice.
It's over.
Yes. It only took 40 years.
Could be worse. Ow. Ow. Ooh. So have you got much going on with your Friday then, for the rest of your day or night, depending on your time zone, obviously? Ow. Welcome back from ads, anyone that had them. We were successful, just so you know. I'm sorry you missed it, and I'm sorry I can't pause the game.
Grandfather?
Thank you for sticking around, though. I appreciate you.
So, Ready
And
to
thankfully,
go home?
because of those 3 minutes, we won't have ads for another hour. That is bright. Ooh. Ta-da! Hopefully, we can now see what the Zora armor looks like. And we have the next level up of armor available. Going to set up the loopers and see if I can get them working. Ooh, okay, cool. That should be fun. Also, thank you for the giant emote. I didn't say that before. I apologize. I should have. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Lots of appreciation today. Ow. Sorry for all the ows. For some reason, I can't get comfortable. I say for some reason, like we don't know that I'm crippled and in chronic pain. But I can't get comfortable.
Hey, where are you?
Look at the piggy. Some Welsh dude named him Blanket. I'm not just being rude, that's his screen name. I love it, I think it's fantastic. And some Essex girl. Love that too. Not as much as love her though. Go, piggy. Find me treasure. You can get different outfits for it as well though. Game starts in about 15 minutes, so I may end up either tabbing you or leaving the stream for the time being. If I do end up leaving, much luck to every hunt and many happy moments for your stream ahead of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming to join us. I hope your game goes very well and that you get all of the high rolls that you want and need and that you kick some ass. But thank you. It's very nice having you here.
Hello, Fiver.
Hello. Oh, right. Is that the only one we did? Oh. Oh. Ooh, we can set up a camp. Right, so what do we need for that one? 2 Rathian scales, 2 aqua sacks. Okay. Registered bounties. So 50, 120, 150, 190. Well, that's 120 really, isn't it? Oh, that's the boat. Updated field guide on those. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to do an optional quest for that, and we will be able to use get different bugs and different plants and stuff. So this captain here goes back and forth to God knows where. And there you go. It's a trade ship that'll go at random times, and you can select if there's anything specific you'd really like. Personally, I always have their request goods. So slot 1, I always have as consumables. Slot 2, I always have as materials. So on. But if you wanted to just focus on one of these, very handy. I think it's every 2 or 3 expeditions or missions you go on, he seems to have gone and came back. But yeah, very, very handy. Very handy. But I like to keep it nice and balanced with one of each. Because you trade in items just means that you get the money, so you'll be able to always upgrade or food or whatever.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Elder Crossing, always. Oh, I thought it was going to be new mission available. Right. She'll probably have a new mission available, though. She always does.
Stuck in.
Oh, no, new stop. No, we're fine without the stuff. Okay, let's see. If we can do... I'll go Palico first. Because, you know... Ah, it's not letting us yet. That's a shame. If we didn't get enough for that armor... Yeah, we haven't got enough for the armor yet. Which is fine, because we can do optionals. Get the materials that we need to be able to do some armor. Oh, hang on. Was that... No. Still only have that armor for the lid. So be it. Speak to handler. He was me all excited just we're going to see the Palico Zora stuff. No more press investigations, no monstrous menaces. I could get used to peace and quiet. Did you hear about a member of the Fourth who got injured while investigating some suspicious tracks? There was also a Pukei-Pukei sighting in the Wildspire Waste, which is not its natural habitat.
Hey, partner.
What do you make of it? Maybe it's time we get out of semi-retirement. Went on an expedition. We literally have been back for 20 minutes, lady. What do you say? Do you want to have a look? Okay, so now we have head to Wildspire Waste. I'm gonna change my weapon. If anyone has a preference, we do have the choose your champion option. And then you can just select any weapon you want. Oh wait, no, want that there, want that there. Well, if we're going on an expedition, I'll want at least 5 of them. I'll just take 1 of them. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Two of them, 1 of them, 1 of them. 1 of them. 3 of them. Two of them. I think that's it. Yeah. Should be everything. Oh, wait, no, no, no. Silly. Right, so. Yep, that stays there. Oh, that would have been fine like that. What am I doing? Yes, I do this. You have to. I'm very sorry. It is just something I needed organised in a certain way. Blame the spicy brain. Right. I think we should be good. Grab some food and then go to the wastes. Do 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 do. I know I love that, but I'm gonna skip it. Oh. Do 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 da 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 dum. Using performances to attack. Oh, I don't like that weapon. I don't use that weapon. No, 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 no. Diablo is a menacing beast. Bashes your all over the place. Terrible. Right.
It's been a while since we've done this, huh? Want to
Yes,
start by
it
taking a stroll
has.
around?
Now, one problem with when you... Oh, no, my bad. When you get new things, it messes up this. Right, that looks pretty good. Okay. Nothing wrong with being a bit particular. Can't believe I don't have any Kelpie horns. Come back here, you. Oh, it dropped some material. Never mind. You may leave. Where the hell did it go? Oh. No. Thank you. Right, let's have a look about. So, a Puke Puke is probably what we're going to want to look for. Footprints, maybe? See if anything pops up. And... Dee 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 dee. Ooh. Should we get a little friend? Oh, it's dressed up in the... Oh, look at it. Isn't that just so cute? Well, go talk to each other then. Oh, you already did. My bad. Right, let's go. Parashrooms are always handy. Oh. Not what I wanted, but we'll take it, you know. The excuse me, parashroom, thank you. Ah, right, we need to do 15 of those, and we'll get some points. Pretty sure there is like a foresty area. Mud track. Oh. Doesn't necessarily mean the Puke Puke is going to be in the foresty area. Oh. Oh. Don't mind me. And there's a Barroth behind it. So if they can just kindly stay over there for a minute, that'd be great.
Hey!
Aha!
This is a Rathian trail. Wait, what? That can't be right. Something's wrong.
Yes, yes, it is.
Huh?
We're meant to be retired.
Look at this trail.
Oh, hello.
It is a Puke Puke.
Yes, yes, it is.
What's going on? New target. Let's get that Puke Puke.
Why didn't I think of that? Ah!
Watch yourself.
Oops. Come on. Yeah.
This Puke 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 is way different than usual.
Oops. Excuse me. Oh dear. It's fine. Probably should have swapped insects, but never mind, here we are. Oh, you bugger. Oh! Never mind. Schooled! Oh, if we could chop its tail off there, that would have been great. Oh, it got knocked out. Ooh. Yeah! Oh, I thought we got its tail. We didn't. I know I'm poisoned. I will deal with that in a moment. Honest. Right, no longer poisoned. Gotcha lacquer thingies. Very tricky to hit with this thing. Oh, there you go. Right. Gotcha lacquer. I love how you can get a Palico armor set. That looks like them. It's so cute. To be fair, I think anything that goes on the Palicos is pretty cute. So, you know. Right. Got it, got it, got it. Oh no. Get rid of you. Yep. Nope, not what I wanted. That's what I want. Where is the Puke? Oh, right there. Let's go. I didn't realise that my weapon was that blunt. Whoops. Oh. Hopefully this will snap the tail off. We can hope. Slash, 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 slash. Wow, I could stay here for a while, huh? fine, it's fine. Ow. Come on. Yeah, there goes the tail. We got it. I'm trying to keep an eye for when it gets a skull. Nope, too far. Try and capture it instead of kill it. Oh, hello! Oh, we have a limp. We have a limp. Hello, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you very much. How's everybody doing? 1 second, I will just get that shout out for you. Da da da. If it'll let me. Oh, and of course the shout out doesn't work, because why would it when I need it to? Thank you very much for the follows and welcome in. My name is Panda Pop. We are RPG streamers, but I've got the bug for this game. I've played it before and I can't help it. You're very welcome for the shout out. How was stream? How did everything go for you? What were you playing? Tell me all about it. I would normally swap onto a just chatting screen, but oh, I nearly forgot the tail. But we're hunting. So I kind of need to keep going. Thank you very much for those follows. I appreciate it. I just started the game and was suffering. Oh, is it your first playthrough, is it? It gets easier. If it helps, it'll get easier, don't worry. I promise not to give away any form of spoilers any further than what we already are in the game. I may occasionally talk about the events that, like the crossover the crossover events that they have. But it's nothing that'll give away like the story or anything like that. Hunting Rathalos. Oh. Love them. Love that. Right, you stay over there and shut up. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on.
Okay?
Yeah, we did it. Woohoo. Right, you listen here, you. Okay, maybe not there. These are very difficult to hit with this thing. Yeah, Rathalos is not. Oh dear. Not the easiest. One thing I would suggest, I was so frustrated, it's my first playthrough. Other than the Rathalos, are you enjoying it though at least? One thing for the ones where they fly like that, if you can get flash bugs, very helpful. Haha, got you. Take that. And personally, what weapon are you using? I didn't turn the game back up, did I? Silly.
Time for a little drinky poo.
Oh,
Cheers,
thank you. And hello, Bunny. How are you doing? Got my cup of tea. I did not enjoy running around finding a way to the next floor for sure. Oh, lurking and working. That is fair. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you very much. How are you? I'm not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. Plodding on. As you do. Right. Oh, yep. Sorry. I was like, I was doing something. I couldn't remember what it was. Will you just do... Oh, it's being silly now. The fight was alright. but it escaped at 10% health. I'm using the sword and shield. Ah, yeah. Personally, I find it easier to fight the likes of the Rathian and the Rathalos with either the dual wielding or the insect glaive, just because of the speed. Because with them like jumping around every 2 minutes and poisoning you every 30 seconds and all that business, if you've got the flash bugs, that'll down them once they start flying away. And literally just for the speed, I always try and use these two where I can. But that's just personal preference. Everyone's different. Some people would prefer, like, you know, the ability to be able to use the shield to block off getting poisoned 24/7, which is probably handier than the way I approach it. Ooh. The monsters that break dance too much, right? Yeah, 100%. I still need to learn how to do that. You get there. Nobody knows how to do it straight away, and nobody's good at it straight away. And even if you've played it for absolute hours upon hours, it's just one of them things. Darn it. Well, I can't use these once I leave, so I'll just swap that. Sorted. Right, let's return from the expedition. Have you tried any other Well, I'm really good with words today. Have you tried any other weapons apart from the sword and shield yet? I do quite like the sword and shield, though. It is very handy. Hello.
Watch yourself.
Return from the expedition. Oh, dearie me. So what have we got here? Sack, the wing. Ooh, a toxic sack. A bird wyvern gem. Very nice, very nice. I've pressed sell all once before, you know, when they had, like, when you get higher up and you get the bigger gems. One of the rarest gems, and I press sell all because I am silly. I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to somebody else. But I could have cried. I only upgraded a sword and shield, but I might try out dual blades next time. I mean, yeah, it's worth a try. If you only ever want to stick with the one weapon, that's absolutely fine as well. You play how you want to play, don't you? But it's
Is everyone present?
they can come in. They don't do as much like initial damage, but the speed of them can be quite helpful. And you also dance around them like Billy Elliot, whereas instead of them dancing circles around you, it's like, yeah, come on then.
The field team reports that they're observing a shift in monster behavior, namely invading other territories. On top of this disturbing information is the sudden appearance of older and more powerful monsters.
There will be spoiler alerts, just so you know. If you don't want to see them, you have your warning now. Not a problem. Thank you for dropping in and saying hello and trusting us with your people. My brain is too fried. Oh, bless you. I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
A number of hunters have already been hurt, some with very serious injuries.
Oh dear.
And I believe the 5th has more information they'd like to add.
We do?
Yes, sir. The other day we discovered a strange trail in the Wildspire Waste. My opinion is that it belongs to a Rathian, but I'm not 100% sure. The size and other distinctive traits are there, but something is off.
Monsters are growing more powerful. And now, we might even have a new species on our hands.
Oh?
I highly doubt this is a coincidence.
So, what do you suggest we do, Commander?
Our damn jobs. We're a research commission. Get to researching.
I mean, that's to the point, isn't it? A bit rude,
And
but
while we're at
fair.
it, we need to achieve 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
First, those dangerous monsters need to be taken care of. I'll be
Mhm.
sending our best teams to each area. Second, we need to pick up where the 5th left off and gather more evidence on that new monster.
Yes, we do.
While you're out there, keep your eyes peeled for any clues.
Understood,
Okay.
sir. We won't let you down.
Probably will.
Good, but exercise extreme caution. These monsters are nothing like the ones you've encountered before.
Brilliant. Great pep talk. Let's go.
Dismissed.
Nothing makes you want to do your job like, just so you know, this is going to be horrible. Bye. Oh, right, there you go. 6-star or higher.
Look for evidence across the continent.
We have
Rathian or
resource
not,
things,
we need to
ecological
find that
things. Ooh, the
Listen up.
safari. Where's
Hey,
Blanket?
partner. We need to find more of our mystery monsters trail. We should
I don't
check
see it.
every region. You can go on an expedition or an optional quest. Take your pick.
Updated. There we go. Ooh. Ah. New monster. I saw the black monster try to take a bite out of Zora Magdaros during the capture operation. Oh. Why on earth would you take a bite out of that thing? It's a giant volcano, basically. Not exactly my cup of tea. Okay, now we go. Da, 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 da. I think we can upgrade our dual blades actually. So might do that. Might do that.
All right.
My God! Okay,
Oh.
it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody
Hello.
stay calm. Wait.
Hello, Mr. Maxwell. How are you? Is it going to work for this one? No. It's being very naughty. It's meant to show the clips and be all like, look, gameplay. And it's just going, look, blank. Very rude. Hello, how was stream? Welcome in, Raiders. How you doing? Oh, if anyone needs to raid and run or look after yourselves or anything like that, by all means. I get it. I appreciate that you have popped in to say hi, but if you need to go see it yourself, make sure you're fed and watered and all that.
How's your gear holding up?
I need to take a breath when I talk. Crikey. Oh, anywho. How was stream? How did it go? Yakuza 0. Ooh. Is it Yakuza 0 or Yakuza O? I did have your O. I learned I'm good at being a dominatrix. Okay then, well if things don't work out in your current line of work, at least you have something to fall back on. You go, girl. Yeah, you go, girl. 0. Okay. Oh, we have an attack duel. Fabulous. Haha, right, we can get the alpha and beta armor now. Fabulous. Can't get that one, of course, because... So, are we ready to see the different types of armor? I can't remember what the different attributes are. Oh, well, there you go. Alpha has more to offer than beta. Not in every aspect of life, though. Remember this, kids. So, we will start with Beta Zora. Very, very evil queen. I like it, I like it. The alpha version. Evil queen battle mode. Yeah. Baroth. Some of them are very subtle differences. I mean, obviously the statuses can be quite different. Like that one is just the Under Armour is a different colour. Puke. Very Robin Hood. Less Robin Hood. I don't know what that one is, but it's less Robin Hood. That's just the legs. I don't know what the difference is there. Oh, there you go. You can see just under the front of the top half there. It changes colour of the string. There's the gloves. Again, just changes colour. I think that one's gross. Not gonna lie. Oh, your Under Armour-y belty bit changes colour. I kind of like that. I do. Ooh, okay. So we can have like the emo version and the Rainbow Sunshine version, depending on your mood. I'm gonna go get ready for bed now. It was really nice to talk to you. Not a problem, my dear. Thank you for popping in and bringing everybody with you. I appreciate it greatly. I hope you have a very good sleep. And with any luck, I will be able to catch one of your streams soon. But thank you very, very much. Have a good night and sleep well. We can be emo butterflies. It's fabulous. Alloy. I thought I was going to hiccup, sorry. Oh, so it's like different. It's very shiny metal, isn't it? Bone. I do love the bone armor. That makes us think of Aloy every time. Again, just black or white. They change though. The status part. I realise I've just went they change. You're not looking at my TV. And your hunter armor. Chainmail. Leather. But sadly, other than, I believe, this one, the armour we have on is still better at keeping us alive. Charms. Oh, we have more charms. Good. Right, focus. Barbecue Master. Dung Master. Oh, lovely. Everyone wants that title. Special ammo boost. Critical draw. And then we're back to the normal ones. No increase on the layered armor. Should we see if the Palico has different things? Because we are going to end up raiding out soon. Because normally, I would have been... Oh, here we go, Zora. Isn't that adorable? That's so cute. But yes, sorry. Normally, I would have ended stream half an hour ago. This one is better for defense. It's not better for everything else but fire, but it is better for defense. Ooh, and so is the Ladybug. I don't think the alpha outfits change for the cat. No, they don't. Not for the Palico. That is so adorable, though. It just doesn't guard him as well. I made the weapon. Should make the weapon. There we go. See, it looks like a backpack. Yeah. And then when he uses it, big pointy stick comes out of its head. Right. I don't know if we have any weapon in. Oh, I did say we could increase these though, didn't I? Yes, yes we can. Yes, we can. I'm going to equip them ready for tomorrow. Let's have a look. Oh, we have ice element blade options now. I will make some of them. They're good. For good if you ever need to like use water against something. Oh, Diablo ones. They're nice. Hornatar, Tobi Kadachi. Oh, I do like Kirin stuff. I do. But we're not on to Kirin yet. We haven't actually fought a Kirin yet. So it shouldn't really be shown as that. But never mind. Right, my lovelies. So let's give this a save. And let's go raid somebody and say hi. Ready? One memento. Yeah, press right button first. Would really help, wouldn't it? Hello. I can hear my internet going. So I apologise if it's cutting out a little bit. That was not my intention. Right, okay, so let us see who is online. Oh, I like this song. Oh. There you go. Something nice and chill in the background. Oh, it's a full instrumental, okay. Well. So, let's see. We have... Oh, we have Neon playing Warhammer. Dead by Daylight. Bard is playing Marvel Rivals. Eternal is playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And or we can potentially go and see somebody new. What do we think? Does anyone have a preference at all? Try and think who I've not raided recently. Should we watch some Warhammer? I feel like we should watch some Warhammer. Because it is good. So... Neon underscore...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his works.
Dear kisses, mwah. No. If there was ever a time to do it, now's the time to do it. But also, no. I want to live. I choose life.
It's the best thing to choose, really. So we have our raid messages. It's a bit weird. It's popping up saying I'm a raider from Maxwell's channel. On my own channel. That one is for your subscribers. Then we have one for the followers. If we would like to copy and paste that, if we're tagging along and we're going to go say hi, that would be fan-dabby-dozy. So let's do this. We'll start the raid off. And as always, everyone, thank you very much for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate you all for coming here and enjoying the game with us. Thank you very much, Gracel. I think I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, please correct us. For the raid, I appreciate you greatly. Mr. Maxwell for the raid as well. And Guy, of course, for your raid. I feel so popular this evening. Thank you. Oh, just as one of my favourite songs come on as well, of course. Hell's Moving Castle. Love it. Anyway, right. Thanks everybody for being here. We will be back tomorrow. We will probably be on this again, but if not, I'll let you know in the Discord. Until then, I shall see you later. I appreciate you greatly. Everyone have a good night. Bye.